Now, maybe the most important mistake people make when making slides is that they're easily forgotten, and they will end up making slides that look like this. In essence, there's nothing really bad with the slide, but it's also not very inspiring and memorable. So what I'm going to do in this video is first I'll break down the slide, what is good about it, what is bad about it, and then secondly, I'll show you a redesign which I think is more memorable and uses a bit more design elements and slide fundamentals to really grab the attention and communicate with impact. So here we can see the current slide, and basically it consists of a few elements. We have the title, we have a 3-part text box, so 3 sort of bullet points. I like that it's not bullet points in this case, so that's a bonus already. And then we have an image on the right side. Again, the image itself, it's quite nice. I must say there's quite some balance. It has a nice blurry background and it focuses on that element. Now, if you compare that image, you see that this is the main focus, the app, and then we have so much space around it. So we use, or we lose, quite a lot of space in that image that is not using the full potential. So you want to avoid that. That's one of the mistakes I see here. Secondly is this part, the text. The good thing is that we're using quite some difference in the font weights. So we're using a larger font for the title. We're using a little bit of a bold font for those subtitles, those bullet points. And then we're using a smaller font or a lighter font for those body text elements. So that is already good. But in general, it's quite a large block and it's a lot to read and digest, and your eye will scan, it will read the title, maybe it will read the bullet points, but that's about it. So it's not very inspiring and attracting the reader or the audience to read further. So I've redesigned this version with the same elements and tried to make it a bit more inspiring. So let's have a look at that. Now this is the redesigned version that I made, and I think it instantly pops out a lot more because first of all, we're using that green color over the entire background. So it looks more like a designed slide, a bit of poster or a infographic style. Secondly, we have the image itself, which is more prominent. So we're talking about the app here. So we want the app to be the largest part of the image, not just a small part. We want to actually use it in full screen. And then I also added a mockup. So what we can see is that we have the hand here, and then we have the phone. And within that phone, I've added a layer or a picture of the app itself. So this makes it more visible, more user-friendly, and it feels like you're looking at the actual product. So we want to increase the size of the visual, and we want to use only the core elements, what it's really about. So no distractions and no empty space there. And then on the right side, we can see that we have the text. I've increased the title. Here I chose for a different word, like launching or a financial app. You could use like benefits, whatever you want to use. So I try to increase that in size a lot so it jumps out and really grabs the attention as well. And next we can see these 3 points. So we see 1, 2, and 3, for which I've increased the weight differences between the title and the body text so that it's very clear and the eye will instantly scan from the title. It will go to the bullet point title and then to number 3. And then you'll sort of scan through the rest of the text. And that's what I want to achieve with this slide. Now, a few other design elements is that I've added the financial app here in a darker color, so it stands out from the title. And then as well, I've added some highlight behind the mockup that you can see. So it's a few circles in transparency. So we can see here circle number 1 and then circle number 2 on top or behind that. And it's sort of gray. Yeah, with the transparency, it sort of fades out in the background. Now what this does is that it sort of draws our attention towards that element in a very subtle way. And that's what I wanted to achieve with this redesign. So overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out. And if we compare to the previous version, I think we have increased it a lot more. Since this is a slide which is, it's not a bad slide, but it's not inspiring. And we make hundreds of those slides a day, or if you work in a corporate environment, you'll see hundreds or thousands of these slides. So it's not very memorable. So we want to make it, if it's important, we want to make it memorable for the people and easy. And I think if we compare it to the new version, we can see that we have achieved that memorability. This is something which it grabs the attention, and people will be more likely to remember that visual. It was the mock-up, it was that green slide, the one that stands out. So that's what we want to achieve. So I hope you like this redesign. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you would like to level up your presentation skills or your slide design skills yourself, I have a program available that teaches you all the fundamentals you need to know to become a professional slide designer. Now the cool thing is, once you understand and see these principles, you'll be able to take any slide that you have and turn it into an impactful one. And that's what it's really about when you communicate in a business context. So if you're interested in that, you can find the link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video.